You know, every once in a while around here, I'll come across something interesting online and I'll want us to talk about it a little bit. So sometimes it'll be an editorial by an outlet or a list by an outlet. I came across a video the other day by Looper. They're a very popular YouTube channel. And I thought they had a pretty interesting video. They were predicting what were going to be the big flops of 2026, because of course, 2026 is going to be a big year. We've got a number of high profile, many billion-dollar contending films this year. It's going to be a very, very big year, but there's a lot of films. Some of them are going to flop. And they put out a list of what they thought were going to be flops this year. So I thought we would go through the list. I'm going to leave off the list the ones that have already come out, because then that's not predictive anymore. But I thought we'd go through this list. And then, Rob, I want us to give it a percentage chance that this particular film actually flops. All right? There's going to be some big films, some smaller films. Let's jump in and see what Looper had to say about what films they thought were going to flop. The first one we're going to start off here with is one that they dropped the first trailer for at the Game Awards. Street Fighter. Hadouken! So, Street Fighter, they're predicting is going to be a flop. Now, they looked at the previous iterations. They did a number of things of analysis. Now, look, I'm going to give this one an 85% chance this flops, because the trailer they showed at the Game Awards was terrible. Now, I also say this, and you guys remember I said this before. If all you're looking for is something to look exactly like the video game, well, then this one might have worked for you, because, I mean, everything from Cody Rhodes' ridiculous hair to some of the crazy, stupid looking thing. I mean, they were just going for, including like the smashing the car part, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool that they put that in there. But I don't think this is going to be a very good movie, and I don't honestly think very many people are going to go to see it. So I'm going to say it's an 85% chance Street Fighter flops. What about you?
You know what? I don't think it's that high. I think people want to see this movie. I keep hearing people, and not everyone thought, I like you, was not very impressed with the trailer. A lot of people love this. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's a legacy video game. You know, a lot of nostalgia bait here. I think this might have a chance. I don't think it's going to be a huge success, but I don't think it's going to flop 85% flop. I'd give it a 45% chance of flopping. I'm going to go half. I still think it's going to do well, but I also have a thought that maybe people are going to go see this. It might sail by on nostalgia and fun. If the movie's really fun, or though if it doesn't have Raul Julia, man.
No, it doesn't. Now, I will remind us that there was, another Street Fighter movie. The most recent one, I believe, was the Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah.
Oh my! Look at Cody Rhodes. Oh my God!
And like an SNL character.
Yeah. And what is this set? Will they hang up a bunch
Some
of curtains in the
disco
background? And,
yeah, I mean, I think they shot this really cheap.
Yeah.
Have you
But you
now
know what
not
the
been to Vietnam?
worldwide grand total of the last Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li was? Worldwide grand total wide release, $12 million. That was the worldwide grand total. Now, if we go back to the 1994 one, that one made 99. That one made a Wayne Gretzky. Made 99 million, but that had Jean-Claude Van Damme at arguably the height of his powers. And it had Raul Julia.
Nice.
And that one couldn't crack $100 million. I don't know. I'm going to stick with my 85, but you're going to go 45. All right. Let's go on to the next one that Looper suggests will be one of the box office flops of this year. Mandalorian and Grogu, a Star Wars film in which the history of Star Wars, only two movies, only one real one, but I mean, only two movies have ever flopped. One was that animated Clone Wars movie, but you don't really count that one. The only one really was Solo. And that was basically because they never should have made it in the first place. You know what? Still wasn't a bad movie, but it flopped. They're saying Mandalorian and Grogu. Now look, you guys, if you watch the show, you know I have very little faith that this movie's going to do much at the box office. I don't think there's a lot of people clamoring to go back and watch 3 seasons of The Mandalorian for homework to go out to the theaters to watch it. So basically, we're going to be stuck with just people who already know the show. So I don't think it's going to be great. But do I think, as opposed to doing great at the box, do I think it's going to flop? Like, do I think it's going to make $220 million? Like, I still think it can come around $400 or $500 million, which you're in the break-even range, and even a little bit of profit. Again, I don't think it's going to be a big hit. But I have a hard time believing, Rob, with Baby Yoda, that we're talking about a movie that's going to make $250 million. I'm going to say this one has a 20% chance of flopping. What do you think about the flopping chances of Mandalorian and Grogu?
Yeah, again, I watch these trailers and I'm like, there's nothing. Look, I always look for something to do with story. Does the story interest me? All they do is they've shown action. I don't know what the story of this movie is.
Well, they've only put out the first trailer so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we
it's
still
just
got more
none of
trailers
it
to
looked
go.
appealing to me. I looked at it. I'm like, this looks like a TV show. It looks like they've taken a couple episodes of the TV show, and so I don't think I think you're probably right about that. I'd give it even more of a chance of flopping, because why go see this if it's not? Season 3 was not as good as season 1 or 2, and if this movie isn't as good as season 1 or 2, and it's more like season 3, who's going to go see it? Why would you go see it? So I think the potential here of flopping is definitely there, especially for a Star Wars movie. Because what's their break even on this? Are they going to want $500,000 or $500 million? Is that what they're expecting? I have no idea, but to me, this just looks like a TV show. I got to tell you, I never thought I'd say this, John, but I have no interest in seeing this movie.
I don't really think I do either, unless the reviews come out.
Unless somebody tells me that it's got a really interesting story. I mean, I look at this and I'm like, okay.
I'm not clamoring to see it, which I can't believe I'm saying about a Star Wars movie. I'm not clamoring, but I personally wouldn't go so far as saying as I'm not interested. Because you're telling me if we found out there was a screening tonight here in
I'd go out of curiosity.
So you're at least interested.
Well, I'm interested. Yeah, I mean, okay, but I'm not. I should say this. I'm not excited about it.
I agree.
It's almost like we're doing it because we're in the industry and we have.
Yeah, we have to talk about it.
We got to know.
And I learn just as much from movies that aren't good as I do from movies that I love. And I think that this is to me, I just don't know who this movie is for.
Yeah, but I still think it's a stretch to say it's going to flop.
I
don't think it's going to be big, but I don't think it's going to flop.
They desperately need a new trailer that's a story trailer.
Yeah, 100% they do.
When Rob brought that up, it's like what I thought about was being in like post-production school back when that was a thing and you were going to get your Avid certification and all that. But it felt like a student edited it for a professor, and the professor looked at it and said, there's a lot of visual noise.
And it was overly stylized.
Cool little funny bits you're putting in, but I don't understand the story of the trailer you're giving me.
Yeah, which I give a lot of leeway for that for first trailers. For first trailers, I don't have a high demand for putting in story. Just give us a taste. But I think you're right, Jonathan. They're due for a second one. Anyway, we need to move on to the next one here. This next one they put on has already played at some film festivals to rave reviews. Actually, we just had Sean Chandler on the show a week or two ago that said it was one of his favorites. Sam Rockwell's Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Now this one, I want to see.
I can't wait to watch this movie.
I can't wait either. That trailer when he says, this is the 121st time I've been in this exact same diner trying to find people. And I've read incredible reviews of this. It's Gore Verbinski coming back after being exiled.
Who hasn't directed in
Cure
ages.
for Wellness or whatever. Who doesn't want to see this?
I think this looks amazing. It looks like a mix between Groundhog Day and Terminator. And
I'm in.
And it's Sam Rockwell. It looks like a lot of fun, but I unfortunately have to agree with Looper. I don't think anybody's going to go see it. And partially because their marketing for it is terrible. It's coming out in February.
Yeah.
So it's coming out in just a few weeks. Nobody really knows about it. I'm going to go see this. I'm excited to see it, but I'm going to say leave a little bit of wiggle room for some viral stuff to put. So I'm going to go 90% this thing probably flops. Oof. Rob, what about you?
Yikes.
Look, I think this is going to be a sleeper.
I hope so.
I
hope you're right.
It depends. Again, the marketing I don't think is great. But I think when the reviews come out, maybe it'll do some business. But I have to say, to be realistic, John, I don't think it's going to make any money.
And it's sad to say that.
But it looks great.
All right. Let's move on to the next one Looper is predicting will be a flop. This is another one that I totally forgot about. And then the trailer dropped. I'm like, oh yeah, not the old ones with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, not the newer one with Tom Cruise, but there's a new true horror version of The Mummy is coming. And they dropped the first trailer. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. They dropped the first trailer, and I'll straight up tell you, I'm excited to see this. The trailer got me absolutely hooked. I think it looks creepy as hell. I'm thinking it's about time they actually do a true horror approach to The Mummy, and let's check it out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. But between the scarcity of the marketing, between the possible confusion with the other Mummy franchises we've already had, you know, from what I understand, the original, they were going to change the title of this movie to The Resurrection, but they opted to stay with The Mummy. Probably a mistake, but I don't know if a lot of people are going to go see it, but it is appealing to the horror crowd. I'm going to say 60% chance The Mummy flops. Rob, what about you?
I think it's probably going to flop. I've heard not good things about it. And, you know, there was even a meme of James Wan walking out of a test screening of this, not looking happy.
I heard that wasn't, that was misconstrued, but
yeah, but it was.
But I've also talked to somebody that didn't like the film.
Yeah, and but look, I want it to be good. I want every horror movie, because I love horror movies. I want every horror movie to be good, but the potential for failure. My last weekend seeing Return to Silent Hill, yeesh, I wanted that to be good, and it wasn't. But you know, I hope this is good. Although the director did put his name above the title. It's not just
that's the distributor that put his name above the title. The director didn't.
Oh, okay. Because like John Carpenter can get away with that.
Yes,
but you got to earn that.
Directors don't get to make those decisions unless they're the ones paying for the movie.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one they put on their list here. This is going to be a controversial one. We just got the trailer for it. Looper is predicting Masters of the Universe.
How dare they?
Is going to flop. And listen, let me say this. I don't know if the movie's going to be great. I don't know if the movie's going to be horrible. I just know I'm really interested in it. I like what I've seen so far. Some concerns, yeah, but overall I like what I've seen so far, and I'm really interested in seeing how this movie turns out. But, you know, one of our viewers wrote in the other day, and they asked a really good question. They said, listen, I'm in my mid-40s, and I don't know who this movie's for. Is it just for me and my friends who are older than me? He said, I've got kids. They have no idea who He-Man is.
They will.
And he said, I feel like the trailer is only trying to target the people who grew up with He-Man. And listen, I'm going to stay on the same bar that I've been on with Masters of the Universe the whole time. I think it's an absolute coin toss. I think it's a 50% chance this thing flops. Now, this thing could catch on, and hopefully it's great. Because it is, again, it's Travis Knight. That is
Trust
the
Travis.
one big thing this film's got going for it. It's being directed by Travis Knight. So that's the one bit of it. But Bumblebee didn't blow up the box office. It should have, but Michael Bay ruined the name of Transformers by that point. I think there's just as much of a chance that this thing can make some money as it is that it makes next to no money. So I'm going to say coin toss 50% on this one. Rob, what about you?
You know, first of all, you make salient points. I think He-Man is a certain generation. I mean, there's always been He-Man over the last 45 years almost. But you're right. The new generation, the younger generation doesn't really know He-Man. And it's not like the recent animated shows like the Kevin Smith version and the other version burned up anyone's charts. However, that said, I do think people are always hungry for science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And if this, I mean, but then again, I thought the Dungeons & Dragons movie, even after seeing it, was going to be a hit, and it wasn't.
No, it deserved to be a hit. That movie was
I think
really
you're
good.
right. I think it's a coin toss. A coin toss whether this is going to be good, a box office hit or not. I don't think it's going to flop, because I think it's going to get enough people to go because they're going to want to see.
Make it profitable?
Yeah.
I hope you're right. Really do.
And, you know, it's part of Amazon's slate. I think Amazon's taking a chance on it, you know, that the fact that they got this franchise, they saw the value in it. They've certainly got enough, everything. I mean, come on, Idris Elba's Man-at-Arms. I'm in. Count me in. Battle Cat, the rotor.
I am
vehicle.
looking forward to Battle
That
Cat.
Castle Grayskull's dope. I want to see armies fighting in front of Grayskull. Come on. But
All right.
is it gonna? Does anybody else want to see it? I don't know.
We'll see. We got 2 more to cover. This one's interesting. This is a movie that got made, and then the studio decided we don't think anybody's going to go see this, so they try to shop it around, and nobody else wanted it either. And then finally, months and months and months later, another entity came along and picked it up, and now it's coming out in theaters, I believe in August. Coyote versus Acme. Now listen, I ain't going to lie to you. I really want to watch this.
Me too.
I mean, I think Lord and Miller watched it at a studio screening, came out and said, this movie's really good. And I just love the concept of it.
Me too.
I grew up with the Coyote trying to catch the Roadrunner. This whole thing about building it around a court case about Coyote suing Acme because all the gadgets he buys from them just end up mutilating him. I think it sounds great. That said, I never argued with the studio's decision not to release it because they're right. No one's going to go see it. No one's going to go see it. I believe that Looper is right about this one. And by the way, that doesn't mean I'm saying it's not going to be good. I'm thinking it's going to be good, and I am looking forward to seeing it. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't think anybody's going to go see it. I think it's a 80% chance that Coyote versus Acme probably flops. Rob?
I have to agree with you. I mean, I really want to see this movie. I love the essay that it was based on.
Yeah.
I thought the premise was great, but even that essay is like 30 years old or something. Was it like 1990? 35, 36. And you know what? Kids don't know. They might know the Animaniacs, but kids don't know Looney Tunes anymore. Do kids growing up, do they know Wile E. Coyote? Do they know that? Do they know that character? Do they know the Roadrunner? Me. I mean, do they know any of that? We grew up with all that. And also, the premise itself is an adult premise. The fact that the Coyote is suing the Acme company, that's pretty heady. That said, John, if this movie's good, I think this could be a breakout hit. I think this could be the kind of movie that people are going to go see because adult audiences, if it's good, it'll have a lot. It's going to be a lot of. I think this movie's going to be a lot of fun. But will people go see? It's the question.
So a little bit of context here. Warner Brothers, when they were trying to sell the film, they were only asking for what they spent on it. They weren't looking for a profit. So they were asking for $70 million. Nobody wanted it. No studio wanted it. They all passed on it for $70 million. The studio that eventually picked it up,
Ketchup
Entertainment, they eventually got it for $50 million. Okay. So for Ketchup, $50 million, say you got to put about $20 million into the marketing of it. I mean, ideally you're putting $50 to $60 million into the marketing of it, but they're not going to put that much in. So let's say $20, $30 million into marketing it. When you get production plus marketing, you got to multiply that by 1.5 to get your break-even point. So we're roughly talking about a movie that's going to need to make $105 to $120 million to break even. And that's at the discounted price because they didn't get it for 70. They got it for 50. So they're going to probably need to make somewhere around the 105, 110, $120 million mark to break even. I don't see it happening. Somebody just brought up a really good comparison. Space Jam 2. How much did Space Jam 2 make at the box office? And that had like LeBron James
I don't think
and stuff like that in it. I don't think Jonathan heard me, so I'll look it up myself here. Hold on a second here. Space Jam 2.
I thought you had the figure. I thought you were leading in with it.
So Space Jam, which was Space Jam: A New Legacy. I mean, that with LeBron James and the fact that it was a legacy title, it made 160. Can Coyote versus Acme make 120? I don't think it can. I hope it will. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but yeah, I'm going to stick with 80% that this one ends up being a flop.
Too bad.
All right. Last one we're going to look at here. This is a legacy IP. Has had some really good success in the past. And now they're coming back. We're not just meeting the Fockers. We're not just, what was the second one called? We're not just meeting the parents.
Yeah, then
we're
was
not
little
just meeting the
Little
Fockers.
Fockers.
And then there was the little Fockers. Now we're Focker-in-laws.
Yeah.
As Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro and Ariana Grande come back to the screen. I can honestly tell you, Rob, in all the years I've been doing this, and I've been doing this a long time, I've outlasted almost all of them, which only tells you I haven't been able to get on with my life. So I've been doing this for a long time. But in the 16 years since the last Fockers movie? When did Little Fockers come out, Jonathan? So you can look it up. I'll say off the top of my head, I'll say 16 years. Out of the thousands.
2010.
2010, so
Oh,
16
did you 16 years?
16 years. Out of the thousands of messages through live chats, comments, emails, social media posts, thousands of messages I get from random film fans every day in 15 years. We are talking in the millions of messages and whatever I've gotten from fans. You know what's one I have never got? You know
Let me guess, John.
You know what we need, John? We need ourselves another Fockers movie. Not one. Not one. I don't think anybody asked for this. I don't think anybody wants this. And I don't think anybody's going to go to see it. I hope it's great because I love Ben Stiller. And who doesn't love Robert De Niro? And Ariana Grande has kind of surprised me with her Wicked performances. So, I mean, I hope it's good. But I don't think anybody's going to go see this. I'm going to say 100% Fockers-in-law flops. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it has great success, but I think it's going to completely flop. Rob, what about you?
The one thing it does have going for it is it's a family-oriented film. So it's the kind of thing families will go see.
Are families going to take their kids to go see Focker-in-laws?
Maybe. I mean, it's a fun comedy. And a lot of people have watched this stuff on cable. I mean, a lot of it's got star power in it, and Ariana Grande adds to that star power.
It didn't help Wicked too.
That's true. But I could see this doing some business.
All right, guys. Well, those are the films. Rob, let me throw it over to you, though.
Oh, there's one coming.
Those are the ones that that Looper kind of threw out there. By the way, kudos to Looper for putting together a good video. You got any other films coming out this year that you think might be prime and set up to be flops?
Yes, and I'm going to say this, and it's not just because it was gender swapped, but the new Cliffhanger.
Oh, nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, and I guess the main character is, first of all, Cliffhanger was a Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah.
And you had John Lithgow, and it was awesome.
He was a great villain.
Yeah, he was a great villain. I mean, when I say it's awesome, again, at scale, it's no Terminator 2, but it was fun.
Oh, dude, that was a thrill. It might have been the movie that caused my fear of heights.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I like Cliffhanger. And this new Cliffhanger does not have the star power of a Sylvester Stallone.
There were movies from that era, to your point, Rob. Stallone movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, some Arnold movies, that the whole idea of the movie working was because that particular star was the engine of it.
Yeah.
And to try to it was kind of like trying to redo Point Break.
I was about to say that.
Right, without Patrick Stewart.
How do you do Point Break? I mean,
Patrick Stewart. Patrick Swayze.
Make it show.
The dead presidents.
We're going to rob the bank.
Surfers. Yeah, I mean, plus, come on, Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is
That's right.
Random surfer dude.
I mean, how can you not? And then somebody goes, yeah, we're going to remake. Or Total Recall with Colin Farrell. Remember that? Probably not.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't mind that movie.
No, I didn't mind it.
But nobody went to
didn't
see it. Yeah.
Like why would you do? And it's like when people got mad about Predator Badlands, which I loved. Everyone's talking about the original Predator.
Predator Badland was awesome.
It was awesome. But the first Predator is not a movie about the Predator. It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
It's a vehicle for
Arnold. Yeah, it's a vehicle for Schwarzenegger to kick ass with
which is why surprisingly Predator has taken off. In spite of that.
Yeah, and it's so funny to me because the Predator Badlands is a Predator movie about the Predators, which I thought was awesome. But Cliffhanger, like who thought that was good? Like who goes, yeah, we're gonna make.
Well, who even wants an action film like that anymore?
I know, but if you put The Rock in it. You know,
You bring Sylvester Stallone back. The only
Dude,
chance
that's too much arthritis
doing
in them,
another
in them
well,
joints.
I get, but I don't know. He looks pretty good in King of Tulsa or Tulsa King.
He
but,
looks good, but he don't move fast.
no, but that's fine. That you can be his kid or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're gonna do another movie called Cliffhanger, you have no chance of that being successful unless Stallone's in it. Because it's all about Stallone's DNA.
right?
But anyway, oh, do you got any others?
Cat in the Hat. Look, everything I've seen of the Cat in the Hat, I love the Cat in the Hat. I love Dr. Seuss. When I was a kid, I had every one of those books. That movie, I've seen multiple trailers. We first saw it at CinemaCon last year, and I watched a trailer and I'm like, this isn't funny. I hope it's good. Isn't like Bill Hader doing the voice of the cat?
Doing the voice of the cat.
I
Yeah.
know who I really like. I mean,
Giancarlo
want it.
Esposito's one of the voices.
yeah, I want the Cat in the Hat to be good. It just didn't look so good.
You know, this is the one I'll disagree with you on. It's not going to be an $800 million film.
Right.
I think this is going to be a hit, though.
I hope it is. Like you said,
I'm getting out of the doubting these family animated
Yeah.
film things. I got to say, I think I found the trailer a little funnier than you did. I'm not dying to see it. I don't think it looks great, but I think this one's going to find its success.
I hope so. I hope it embraces the Dr. Seuss of it all. Sam, I am.
All right, guys. Well, listen, with that all down, what do you think about this? What are some of the big prime candidates out of all these huge films we have coming out this year that are going to be big hits, but we're going to have some flops too? That's just the nature of the business. Which ones do you think are lined up to be flops, unfortunately? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.